Hello everyone, I hope you are fit and fine. Today in this video session we are going to see a beautiful poem, The Plate of Gold. The Plate of Gold is a poem written by an English poet, essayist and critic whose name is James Henry Leigh Hunt. James Henry Leigh Hunt, who is famous by his name Leigh Hunt. In this poem, he told us a story with a strong message behind it. The message is applicable to each and every one of us. The message is that God loves those who loves their fellow beings. So it means, remember, if we love our fellow beings, so that time remember it is possible that God loves us most. So without wasting the time, let's start this poem, The Plate of Gold. So अभी तक अगर आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, so please do subscribe our channel for new and innovative learning of English language. So let's see the warming up activities which are essential part of this poem. So in this warming up activities, we need to discuss few important questions. So let's see the first important question here. So the first question is that stories can be told even in the form of poetry. So it is possible because with the help of narrative technique, with the help of the blank verse, you can tell these stories with the help of the poetry. Because in the earlier periods, all the poets, they told this story in the form of poetic. It means they are using the poetic form, they are using the poetic language to told the stories to each other. So it means that is possible with the help of new genre, new category which is called as free verse. So let's see that this poem is also a part of free verse. So the narrative poems, those actually narrated by the author or the poet. So let's see, narrative poems do not always follow a rhythmical pattern and a fixed rhyme scheme. So this is the speciality of the blank verse, because in the blank verse we are not following any kind of the poetic, it means rhythmical pattern or rhyme scheme. Narrative poem में आपको किसी भी तरह की कोई भी राइम स्कीम या फिर पोएटिक रिदम या फिर जिसको हम रिदमिकल पैटर्न कहते हैं वो दिखाई नहीं देगा. So here this poem is also a part of narrative poem. So such poems are written in a style which is called as free verse. इसको free verse या फिर blank verse ऐसा भी कहते हैं. So recall and name some of the poems which already you have learned in the previous standard or maybe in this standard. So of course remember such kind of the poem already we have learned. Do you remember the name of that poem? So the name of that poem is Occasion, which was written by Rabindranath Tagore. And that time also we had discussed about this particular pattern or this particular style which is called as free verse or blank verse. So remember the name Occasion. So the next question which is related to read the poem below and filling the gaps, choosing appropriate pairs of rhyming words and to make them meaningful. So already I have solved this particular poem because some of the filling the words are there and of course this blank space I have already filled up. So let's see the poem. Little drops of water, little grains of sand, make the mighty ocean and the pleasant land. Thus the little minutes, humble though they be, make the mighty ages or eternity. Little deeds of kindness, little words of love, make this earth an Eden, like the heaven above. So this poem has a beautiful rhythm in which we had filled sand, land, be eternity and love above. These are the rhyming pairs. So now remember, if we think it in a serious way, solemn way, so if which kind of the message this poem gave us. So this poem has an important message for each one of us. Like this poem, The Plate of Gold. So which message it indicates? That each and every small deed of kindness, so that thing, that minute thing is important. You must not think that this particular thing is unimportant or insignificant, because each and every deed in our life is important. And of course, to help the others, to give the respect to the others, that is the prime purpose of the life. So this poem also gives us the strong message that always give the respect to each and every tiny particle on this earth, or every minute deed you have done in your life. So this is a strong message. So after discussion on the warming up activities, now we are going ahead and we are going to see the poem which was written by Leigh Hunt in the form of this story. So let's see. We are going to discuss the half part of the poem in this session, and half part of this poem we will discuss in the next session. So let's see the beginning line of this particular poem. So one day there fell in great Banaras temple court a wondrous plate of gold, whereon these words were writ: to him who loved best, a gift from heaven. It means at the beginning of the poem, let me tell you once again that this poem is written in the form of pre-verse or blank verse. So here you will not get any kind of the rhythmical pattern, or you will not get any kind of the rhyming pair. So this poem has one beautiful story for each every one of us. So in the beginning of the story, what was happened? So in the beginning of the story, one day what happened? There was one gold plate which was fell from the heaven, and of course remember it was fell on the ground of the temple. Court means ground. It means on that particular ground of the temple which was situated at Banaras. Banaras is a place where you can see so many temples. So at one temple of Banaras which was so famous, at that court, one day one of the gold plate which was fell on the ground, and that time remember everybody was astonished. Of course this is a thing which was very precious, because it was sent by the heaven. It means by the God this particular gift was sent, and few important words which were written on it. So which words written on it? Remember here this poem is in Old English, so it means here you will get the archaic words. In Old English so many archaic words were used, and of course remember here you will get the few words which were in the Old English. So on that particular plate these particular words are written, that to him who loved best, a gift from heaven. So ये जो गिफ्ट है वो किसके लिए है? The person who loves best or who loves most by the God, जिसको God बहुत ज्यादा क्या करते हैं, पसंद करते हैं, उसके लिए ये जो गिफ्ट है वो है. It means this particular gift, this particular plate of gold is for the person who loves best, who loves most by the God. So it means now let's see that in what way they found the person who loves the best, who loves the most by the God. Thereat the priests made proclamation at the midday hour each day, let those assemble here who for virtue deem the right to heaven's gift the best, and we will hear the deeds of mercy done and so adjudge. So it means now remember the priests of that temple, they had taken one meeting. They had made proclamation. Proclamation here the meaning is given. A public statement or public announcement they made. It means now the priests they made the public announcement that each day at midnight, दोपहर के वक्त हर दिन जो लोग या जिन लोगों ने कुछ अच्छे काम किए हैं लाइफ में, ऐसे लोग यहाँ पे आके अपनी अपनी बातें बताएं या फिर जो उन्होंने किया हुआ है वो बताएं, जिसकी बदौलत वो जान सकते हैं कि किस इंसान ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है। एंड एट लास्ट दे वुड लाइक टू सिलेक्ट द पर्सन who had done the best for the others or who loves by the God. So let's see what happened. So they had decided that each day let them assemble at the midday time in the court of the temple. And of course, after when they assemble there, that time they will listen each and every person, and of course they will adjudge. Adjudge means, here the meaning is given, that adjudge means consider and declare. So at last, after listening them minutely, seriously, they will announce the winner of this plate of gold, which was made by gold. And of course, let's see that the news ran swift as light. Soon from every quarter came nobles and munshis, hermits, scholars, holy men, and all renowned for gracious or for splendid deeds. Meanwhile, the priests in solemn council sat and heard what each had done to merit best the gift of heaven. So for a year, the claimants came and went. It means after this public announcement, this news was spread like the wildfire. So here the news ran swift as light. So here they had used, or the author has used simile, that is, the news ran swift as light, and soon from every quarter came nobles and munshis, scholars, holy men, and all renowned for gracious or for splendid deeds. So it means whatever the persons, though those persons who did the best in their life, they came there after hearing this particular news which was made by the priests of that temple. And here renowned means well known. It means those people, those who were well known in that locality, that how they exactly helped the people, how they exactly done the good kind of the things. So such kind of the people, nobles जिन्होंने कुछ अच्छा काम किया हुआ है, munshis came there, then hermits जिन्हें हम साधु संत कहते हैं या फिर ऋषि मुनि कहते हैं, ऐसे लोग भी वहां पे आकर उन्होंने अपने अपने जो काम थे या उन्होंने जो काम किए हैं वो कैसे किए हैं, उन्होंने उन प्रीस्ट से साथ क्या किया, शेयर किया. एंड ऑफ कोर्स रिमेंबर दिस होली मेंस with all these great deeds, they told the stories of their deeds. And after listening them, in the meanwhile, the priest in solemn council, solemn means serious meeting. So serious meeting में उन्होंने बैठ के सोचा कि किस तरह से उस इंसान को ढूंढ के निकालेंगे जो या जिस इंसान को गॉड सबसे ज्यादा चाहते हैं. So of course remember, this is the challenge for them to find this particular person who loves best by the God. And so in this particular situation, they were confused because all these people, they were gathered each day. Every day they gathered in this court, and of course remember, this is the very difficult kind of the situation which this priest needs to solve. So let's see how they solve this particular problem. So all the year, पूरे साल तक ये जो हर दिन का जो शेड्यूल था वो चलते रहा, पर अभी तक उन्हें वो इंसान नहीं मिला था जिस इंसान ने सबसे अच्छा काम किया हुआ था. So let's say at last what happened. So at last, after a patient weighing of the worth of all, सब लोगों को सुनने के बाद at last उन्होंने कुछ डिसाइड किया. क्या डिसाइड किया? Let's see that at last, after a patient weighing of the worth of all, the priest bestowed the plate of gold on one who seemed the largest lover of the race, whose whole estate within the year had been parted among the poor. So at last, साल के एंड में उन्होंने एक इंसान को ढूंढ के निकाला. उन्होंने उस इंसान को चूज किया जिसने अपनी सारी स्टेट प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो गरीब लोगों में बांट दी थी. एंड ऑफ कोर्स here two words are there which are difficult. Bestowed. Bestowed means presented as a gift. So now they had decided to give this plate of gold which was sent by the God himself from the heaven to the person who had done a greatest deed as per their perspective. But let's see that this person is worthy of it or not. So let's see that this man, all trembling with his joy, advanced to take the golden plate, when lo, at his finger's first touch, it changed to basest lead. All stood aghast. But when the hapless claimant dropped it clanging on the floor, heaven's guerdon was again transformed to shining gold. So what happened when this person knows this particular thing that priest had chosen him? This person was excited. This person was so happy, and he came forward to take his gift which was given by the God. So this is the greatest reward for him. But what happened? So as soon as he touched to that particular plate of gold, that plate of gold is converted into the basest lead. Basest means cheap kind of the thing. So जब उसने उस प्लेट को छुआ तो वो प्लेट अचानक से बदल गई. किस चीज में? लीड में बदल गई, जो कि एक चीप मेटल है. Of course, remember why this particular thing was happened? Because all these priests had chosen the wrong person. उन्होंने उस इंसान को wrongly choose किया था. This person is not the person who loves the best by the God. So of course, remember what happened, because here few new words are there. So now remember, parted means distributed. This person had distributed all his property among the poor. गरीब लोगों में उसने अपनी प्रॉपर्टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दी थी. So of course, remember aghast. Aghast means horrible. When they had seen this particular situation in which this particular plate of gold was converted into the basest lead, all the people were astonished. They were horrified, because they now known this particular thing that this person is not the right one. But when the hapless claimant, hapless means when this person dropped this plate of gold again, so that time it was clanging on the floor. Clanging का मतलब उसमें से एक आवाज आई. And of course, hapless means this particular person is unlucky, because this person is not the person who loves the best by the God. So this is the heaven's guerdon. Guerdon means this is the reward which was given by the God, and this person is not worthy of it. And of course, now once again this plate of gold is turned into the gold. So this is the magical occurrence which was happened when this person was touched to this particular plate of gold. So what magical occurrence shocked the people? So this magical occurrence, or the transformation of this plate of gold into the basest lead, this magical occurrence was shocked the people. लोगों को एक बहुत बड़ा शॉक लगा, या उस जो प्रीस्ट थे जिन्होंने इस इंसान को चूज किया था उनको भी एक बहुत बड़ा क्या था? शॉक था. Because now remember, it was totally cleared that this person is not the right person. So in what way right person was chosen, right person was found, we will see in the next session. So I hope now you have understood the beginning of this story. This poem is in the format of narrative poem, and of course in this poem Leigh Hunt had used the technique or the style which is called as pre-verse or blank verse. So with this ending, I hope you have understood this particular poem. I would like to thank you for watching my videos to encourage me. So stay home, stay safe, stay tuned. Thank you everyone.